If you want to know what happens in the Black Phone 2, but you're too scared to watch the movie, or you already saw it and want to recap so that we can talk about how amazing it was, I got you. It's 1982, 4 years after Finney Blake killed the grabber. He thinks he's okay, but he's really not, because he's now getting into fights, and gardening is a means of coping with what happened to him. He also hears an out-of-order payphone ringing as he's walking by it, to which he answers and says, "I can't help you," so that's still happening. Dad is a changed man and doing better for Finney and Gwen. Gwen tries to help Finney, but he's not having it. She starts dreaming again. This time she dreams about her mom and a camp called Alpine Lake, a Christian youth camp where their mom used to be a counselor. In her dreams, Gwen sees murders that happened there back in 1957 and even hears her late mother's voice calling from the past. She talks Finney and Ernesto, Robin's younger brother, who she's pretty much on the verge of dating, to travel to the camp to get answers. Weather's awful, but they finally arrive and meet the camp supervisor, Armando, and his niece, Mustang. Gwen, Finney, and Ernesto were the only ones who did not get the message about not going up to the camp because of the impending blizzard. Now they're stranded with Mando, Mustang, and 2 other camp staff members. Gwen is in her own cabin, the boys are in the other, and then it all starts. First with Gwen having nightmares and seeing victims, kids that had been at the camp who were brutally taken out and thrown into a frozen lake. Next day, Armando talks to Finney, Gwen, and Ernesto, and they tell him why they really went to the camp. It turns out Armando knew their mother and is sad to hear of how she ended her life. The second night, the camp's old non-working payphone rings. Finney answers, and it's the grabber swearing to get revenge. Meanwhile, Gwen's attacked in her dream by the grabber, and all the people at the camp witness this. Finney, Ernesto, and Mustang manage to wake her, but she's injured in real life too. They all go to the chapel. They discover that the grabber had worked at the camp too, and that the boys Gwen's been seeing were his victims. Mando reveals that he vowed a long time ago to find their bodies and has been looking ever since. The group realizes that to end this nightmare, they must find where the boys are buried. As Gwen dreams again, the grabber reveals that he killed Hope, Gwen and Finney's mother, and made it look like she took her own life. She manages to fight back and wakes up just in time for the group to go rescue Mando, who was attacked while looking for the bodies in the lake. Terrence, Gwen and Finney's dad, arrives at the camp to take them back home, but Gwen refuses and has a heartfelt conversation with him about how Terrence and Finney have been dealing with things, and also reveals that their mother did not take her own life. This gets through to them, especially Finney, since he had a heart-to-heart with Mando earlier about facing his fears. They agree to stay, and as the storm rages, the group searches beneath the frozen lake for the bodies. The grabber attacks again, going after everyone. Gwen finds the boys' bodies under the ice, and Dad helps her retrieve them. The grabber gets Gwen, and she fights back along with Finney. They take him down, and the spirits of the boys rise and drag the grabber under, ending him for good. Mando's finally able to call the parents of the boys for closure, and the next morning, as they go to leave, Gwen gets one last call from her mother, telling her she's proud of her for saving the boys and that she's in a better place now, and sends a message to Finney from Robin, who is also there.